Hello there, my name is Greg, and welcome to my first video on foraging. So this here is wild carrot. This is the first plant I learned how to forage. When I was a kid, um, I took a foraging class uh, with my school, and the person showed me a long stalk with an umbel flower on it, and in the middle of the white flowers there was a purple flower. And that's usually the identifying characteristic that's talked about most often when we talk about wild carrot. Problem is that when that flower is on there, typically the root is no longer edible. Okay, we need to know this because we want to forage wild carrot. Okay, so um, what we have here is we have wild carrot that's in its first year of growth, and by the time it has a flower, it's in the second year of growth. It's no longer edible, basically. Uh, right. So now this carrot, as you can see, it's got a hairy stem on it, and also hairs on the leaves as well. Okay, and it should have these ridges. Okay, and these lines on it. If it's smooth, that's not the plant you want. If it's got spots on it, that's not the plant you want. Okay, because the this family of plants has poisonous relatives to this. Okay, so if it's smooth and if it has spots, we don't want that plant. Okay, so now I'm going to pull it out of the ground. Okay, that's pretty meager carrot for now. Uh, it's going to take longer in the year before that's bigger. Okay, we're now at the beginning of the season, but these greens right here, they're great to make soups with. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to pull up a few of these, right? And now that we have this spot, I can thin out the ones that are growing close to each other, and that means later on the year, the carrots themselves are going to grow bigger. All right, so we're out in just a typical field. These greens are going to be really nice for soup. All right, so what are we looking for? All right, we're going to use Green Dean's method of itemizing a plant. Okay, we start with identification. Okay, so it should have a hairy stem and hairy leaves. The leaf itself should be divided. The leaf stem. Okay, the leaves themselves should be linear. Okay, to lanceolate. The the leaf should not should be sort of curled as well, and it'll sort of hang down, right? Uh, the plant itself shouldn't be smooth, and it should smell like a carrot. That's an important thing. If it doesn't smell like a carrot, you have the wrong plant. Right? We're talking now about uh, time of year, right? So typically, the spring is when you can get greens. The fall is when you can get the roots. Now, if you're gathering the spring greens, you can be getting the entire plant itself. You might as well be eating that. All right, environment. It likes fields. It likes a lot of sun. It likes disturbed ground. Typically, garden vegetable area. Okay. And then, of course, method of preparation. Well, boiling is good. Frying. You don't need any. You don't need to make any special preparations to make these edible. It's raw. It's raw. Okay. So there you go. Wild carrot. Okay. So typically, when it comes to wild carrot and plants in the carrot family or celery family, Apiaceae, people have a lot of well-intentioned but histrionic warnings about this family because there are relatives to wild carrot that are poisonous. However, they look very different than wild carrot. Unfortunately, this is what keeps people from wild foods because they think it's above their pay. I suppose they can't do it. Okay, it's very simple. Once you identify the look and the basic morphological characters of the plant, so basic looks of a plant, you should have no problem with it. All right. So thank you for watching my first video and have a great day.